Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome. So, this is March 18th. This is the historical gamer play by email, the one which is named until the cherry blossoms fall. I forgot the name of the game. There we go. That sounds about right. I'm going to go ahead and turn this a little bit down. I need to get myself a new headset. This one's on its way out, so it's like sometimes things sound like really quiet, and then actually no. Next time it's going to be loud. But here we are. So, very quiet turn, really. Pretty quiet. There's not much to report here, really. Just getting things ready. We did have an attack over here at Baal. Obviously, we're going to attack again. Well, attack him. Drive him out. Yeah. Essentially, just getting all the logistics moving around. That's what I really predominantly need right now. Is that logistics. Fuel's not so bad over here at truck. Obviously, we could do additional shipments in the near future. But frankly, it's not too bad. We can make do with the resources that we have right now. The reason being, I do have some additional fuel heading back over here. I'm somewhat tempted to have it moved to Rabal, but I'd rather not send something like an AO. We do have other assets we could send. I've refueled the ships actually import over here, but we still have 4k units and enough left over here at Baal, so we're looking pretty good. I mean, every ship is all fueled up over here, so we obviously can use that to... I mean, a lot of these are actually like large ships as well, like the Usans, which do take a lot of actual endurance there, take a lot of filling. But they'll come in handy. They will come in handy. What I'm doing then is I did shift the Key 43s out. They're resting this turn once again because they did obviously accrue fatigue from transference, so I'm going to have them rest until they're ready to go, which is fine. Same for the 59th Sentai over here. I decided to take the actual first Sentai and have it split back up to actually go ahead and cover over here Banjbausen and Magzar. Now, what I'm going to do is, I'm a little bit apprehensive about only having like one division to actually use, but we do have a couple of Naval Guard units. Singapore isn't too far away from Fallen, so that's fine. We do see that Surabaya does have only 5 units over here, Surabaya being obviously clear terrain as well. What we're going to do is we're going to land over here in the south of Java. I'll bring then additional units. We'll bring the Naval Guard over here to Java, and probably one more division would be more than enough to take Java then, really. He's probably going to hold up over here at Batavia, but frankly it's one of those where it can be dealt with. It frankly can be dealt with. What we may in fact do is use battleships, just have battleships escorted by DMSs. Obviously take control of the skies over that area, control the obviously seascape as well, the obviously seascape. Obvious seascape is what I'm trying to say. And then what we could do is have the actual battleships bombard something like that, range which is sufficient to ideally protect them from mines. So we could just do it like that and just bombard Batavia. It's one of these of, yes, it would damage the actual facilities there, but it's industry, okay, it's nice, but I can live without it, frankly. It helps to produce supply in the local area, but we do have refineries and stuff like that do that anyway. It's not supply we're going to be lacking on, so we'll blow the hell out of it if it resists and just take it like that. The sooner we take it, the better, really. I actually get the benefit of having it then, and obviously taking it away from him. Singapore, we're going to rest. We did have a decent attack today. The end is coming. The end is absolutely coming. It's just we need to get our fatigue down. That's not too far away. The only issue is just trying to get this bloody airfield damage to stay there. That's the bloody problem I'm having right now. So what I'm going to do here is rebuild this unit. I'm going to have the actual Gs joining on the attacks at Singapore. I just frankly need as much airfield damage as I can bloody well get. And it has been quite difficult to maintain it. We have had a lot of unfortunate circumstances. But I need to get as many hits on the runway as I possibly can, to be honest. It is not good. Need to keep that damage up, otherwise it's all for naught. And he'll just build fortifications again, so just need to keep that damage up and go like that. So things are going alright, really. Let's see, so we're loading up over here. They're going to move on then to Bangkok, which is fine. We're going to start operations against Rangoon shortly. I just need to get the actual air assets in place first. We do have a need of aviation support over here at Bangkok, which I'm going to get headed out there, which is on its way. Once we have enough aviation support, and once we have like a sufficient number of zeros, then we can go ahead and start launching the attacks. I do have the MKB in port over here at BLeAcHACiD, and I've got them disbanded in port. I'm going to have these assets escorted quite heavily out here. But I'm having their aircraft squadrons, well, the air squadrons that aboard the MKB rest for the time being. I did consider going south, but it's one of those of, well, I'm not in a position to yet move. I'm going to go for Java. We'll see what we can actually manage. We might have to just use the Key 43s, really, just to ensure our actual Well, just actually ensure we actually get the forces over to Semarang, etc. I don't think we need especially massive efforts there. But what I would like to do then is, once we're in a position to move out this way, I would like to get MKV potentially even moving out that way. And I'm actually just tempted to have the actual carriers remain in Portobello, perhaps, and just use the actual squadrons elsewhere, because it'd be far easier to use the squadrons. There's far less risk, which is always a good one. It works. It works out better doing it like that in a lot of ways. Okay, I'm going to have this actual headquarters loaded up. And get that shipped out. It would be nice to actually have an HQ over that way. I do have 2 down there at Singapore. It might be worthwhile to have what I'm ending now, but it's just not. Yeah, that situation's going to come to an end anyhow. It'd be nice to potentially have one down here towards Java. That would be good. It would be good to have one moved up over this way, but I can have it moved up amphibious. The 2 over here will be moved up that way. So what I'm going to do then is actually have it sent to Palembang, and then I can have it shifted down there. Not too far away from Vienna now, which would be nice. We'll gain a lot of ground then quickly after the fall of Singapore, which would be good for us. We've lost a lot of time, but we can still do alright. This area's been built up. I will have all these bases actually captured this turn, which would be very nice. I'm moving additional engineers over here to Rabaul. I'm going to build Rabaul up. And really, I want to get to Rabaul to size 7 as quickly as possible, and then we'll start building up other airfields. The reason why I'm going to go with that one is because we do have the airfields down here. I am sending actual amphibious transports down this way so we can actually move assets around the area without any problems, which is going to be absolutely be required. Where are these guys heading? Oh, they're trying to head back to Baker. Right, okay. Good job I called that then. You head back to truck. There we go. Yep, so we have these guys over here. They're carrying full fleet there. 2 separate task forces doing that, which is a rather impressive thing. I do have an actual naval command over here, Southeast Area Fleet, which is fine. In fairness, I could potentially have it move down to Luganville. I do need more aviation down there at Luganville. Having some naval support wouldn't be a bad thing. This is a size 2 port. Wouldn't be a bad idea to potentially have Delagi. I think we could do without it being at Delagi, in fairness. So let's take a look over here then. Right, so have it meet that force, and we'll have it then head on to Luganville. Yep, it's already heading to Luganville, which is good. There's plenty of supply there. Those assets will come in handy to shift things around. So that's looking good. I mean, what we'll do then is we'll get this area started to be built up. I mean, we are in a good position right now. We do have additional assets moved to Buna here. Just looking very nice. We're not yet ready to attack Port Moresby. I do need the supply here. It obviously is going to get tied up over here at Buna, as we do move in additional assets, but we are moving an additional supply here as well, so that will be fine. Once it's in there, it's going to be well worth it, and we'll be able to move on then. And what I might even just do, in all honesty, is just have like a fast transport formed out of Rabaul and get supply moved down there. So we do have plenty of capacity to move supply. So if I take a look over here then. Right, well, this AKA over here has a good chunk of board already. I should have more supply moving down this way. Right. What I'll do then is take this fellow over here. Give it 2 patrol boats, and we'll have it shift down there. There we go. Just need more supply better, Buna. Okay. There's a lot of supply aboard there. Yep, additional assets there to move logistics. Let's see. Yep, okay. they're heading back there. There's a decent capacity of Rabal. We do have about 20-odd K over here at Lay area. So we're going to build that up. In fairness, this is the area that wants to be built up more than Rabal area. But that's okay. And there's plenty of supply in the area. I mean, there's like 5.6k there. There's supply around the area. It's not really lacking. It's just we need to concentrate it, which is something. Oh, I'm going to be loading up 20k supply over here as well, actually. And it's going to be moved to Palembang to enable Palembang to actually repair there properly. Which will be required there. In China, we're going to continue to attack over here, which is nice. And considering bringing divisions back, he doesn't seem to be, I don't know, maybe he goes for an offensive, I'm not too sure. Hard to say there, really. He's never usually that aggressive, frankly. So we'll see how that goes. Okay, so we do have these forces moving. Yep, we do have the divisions moving north, and it's going to be difficult to get to Xi'an. But we'll be able to manage it one way or another, we'll be able to get there. And even if we can just force them to use supply there, then that's fine. We'll be moving into a position in the near future to actually take Rangoon. Now, Rangoon can be taken. It's one of those places where it's very difficult for him to actually properly defend, so we'll be able to take that and use it against him, really. What we'll do then after the fall of Singapore as well is really just take a look at what we want done. We'll have a division sent down to Java. We may then have, well, I'll have the remaining divisions actually use them to take Rangoon. Afterwards, it would be nice to try and send some forces to the Philippines to actually free up the garrison of Bataan, secure Bataan there, and it can be done. I mean, it's only times 2 terrain. He has a lot of units there, but it can eventually be broken. We need a couple divisions to break it, but it can be done, really. It could and would be done. So that's something to bear in mind there. It might be potentially worthwhile to take 2 divisions from Singapore and have them shifted over here to Luzon, and then just go really heavy, really heavy, and just trying to enforce that battle, because it's one of those of, yes, it does cost us, but then it does free up 2 divisions, and it secures then the Philippines. Mindanao has been a complete mistake in this campaign. I definitely did not treat that right. That should have had a division. That should have had the 56th division at least, but that's fine. I mean, we have like a lot of haphazard things going on here, but it's going alright. I mean, we'll have walls be soon enough. All of these forces will be forced then to surrender, which is good. So we'll have that. We'll have a nice little victory there. I don't imagine there's much supply there, to be honest, but we'll have whatever's left. So that'll be alright. So yeah, just things are just trucking on at the moment in time, really. We do have the KB, well, the combined fleets of here at Truck. Where we do have the auxiliary repairs, we also do have the actual port itself, we also do have the auxiliary repair dock. So some repairs will be able to carry it out there, which is quite nice. We will have a really large increase in key 43s in this area as well shortly, which is going to be excellent. So we're looking pretty good there. Zero production is about 4 aircraft per day. We'll have that increased to about 5. And yeah, we'll just build up. All we need to do now is just concentrate on very real targets. I mean, India's going to be the focus in this, if we can, and we will be able to take that. He seems to, I don't know, maybe he expects us to go for Australia. We might have to go for things to just try and give him that idea, really. We'll see. We can consolidate. We can absolutely consolidate here and actually take advantage of his carriers' concentration. I mean, that'd be very nice. I mean, if he concentrates them, even if we lose a hell of a lot of aircraft to actually try and punch through and hit a couple of them, that would be worthwhile. I mean, being able to hit something like that would be absolutely amazing. But even having that many carriers and that many warships in one sort of area is going to cost him. It's going to cost him elsewhere. And we'll make sure we can make it hurt. And what we'll do then is probably as soon as they are sighted, we'll possibly have MKB slip out. We know there's targets down here towards Perth, which would be awesome. Yeah, let's see. It would be very nice to go ahead and just try to raise a little bit of hell down that way. Just gonna spread out these patrol patterns. They're not perfect, frankly, but I know there's something of value down here, as I'd like to try and see if we can catch anything. They're not the best patrol patterns, but it's just something rough now. Yeah, we'll see, we'll see. He's put himself into a position now where he has all these assets concentrated in the bottom part of the map, as far as I can tell. He's going to use them at some point, so let's try to get into a position where we can really make it difficult for him. Like, we're not in an amazing position, but the fact that we do have airfields down here built up at New Caledonia, the New Hebrides is really quite good. New Caledonia itself, it does have airfields. They're not especially large right now, but they are definitely viable. And they're not easily able to be taken out, which is fantastic news. So, it's going to be tough for him. I mean, like, new mayor's been built up over here. Doesn't have that many engineers, but it can hold out. What we need is we just need plenty of actual bases, and that's what we have down here. So we'll see. We will see. Once we have like 100 or so key 43s in this area, I'm going to feel a hell of a lot better. Zeros would be fantastic, but like getting G3s down here is going to be a big priority as well. Having at least 100 fighters and 50 odd naval bombers would be fantastic. Being able to use them from like multiple bases would be very nice. I'd like to have the fighters actually base at different bases as well. Coordination should be okay. We could just have like a squadron or two with the main bombers, ideally outside of range of the enemy, and just have other escort squadrons positioned ahead, and that should link up then. If they're heading the same speed, if it's generally the same aircraft, they'll link up, and then that should help us out significantly. Essentially what we want to do is try to make it so he doesn't have just one target silence. He's going to silence a number of targets, and just try and prevent him from coming in and just bombarding. Make it really hurt, essentially. That's going to be the name of the game. But there we go. So thank you very much for that, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you guys have enjoyed this. And I've decided to start a new campaign. And that campaign is going to be consider giving XTRG $1 a month. That would be very helpful. Now, I have had it noted that it takes around about 3,000 monetized views to maybe get £1, and that's on a really good day. So if you guys were to donate $1 a month via Patreon, or however you'd like to do it, you'd be worth a few thousand views, and that's really awesome. That'd be really good. I'm going to be going to university this year, and it doesn't look like there's going to be much in the way of jobs, as far as I can tell. So, rather than have to put the channel on hold to some degree and try and find some actual job that pays, I'd very much like to be able to continue with the studies. Well, obviously have the studies, but continue with the series as well. And ideally try and up the quality as well. That'd be nice. But there we go. Thank you for watching there, ladies and gentlemen. Tell a Henka Banzai, and I shall see you in the next episode. I've been XTRG, you have been you. I will see you guys in the future. Goodbye for now.